Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from somewhere in this world. We're back to continue our playthrough of Empire Total War featuring Darthmod and the 40 unit save version. Well, last time we had a little fun at sea. Now we're going to take our attention back to the land on the continent in India and see what we can address here. And I think the first order of business is seeing how many units I can move out of Bijapur and still maintain public order. I'm going to give a shot at moving, say, 3/4 of our army out and see if that'll maintain the public order. By doing that, I do not know. We may only be able to move out, say, half the army. I don't know. I guess we're about to find out. I'll at least try and take some of my best units, the Grenadiers included down here. There's a fair amount of Grenadiers that we have down here. We're going to take the whole second row. And in fact, the Sepoys we can keep back for garrison duty. In fact, let's give this a shot. Let's move this amount of forces out of the Bijapur and see what the public order is going to look like. And it's not good enough, so we're gonna have to little by little send a few units back and see till we get the public order back under control. Well, it looks like we may have to do another 3 units, huh? No, that didn't change anything. That did. Yeah, so it looks like we're going to end up being able to take about half our force out with us. There we go. So I think that's strong. I'm fine. I'm actually fine and comfortable with that as far as moving on because we don't have walls to deal with. And this is what their force looks like. So we definitely outnumber them. We out-artillery them. And I think we'll be in good shape. The only question is, will this force, and it doesn't appear that it will be close enough to be able to reinforce. We'll find out. Even if they do, I still like our chances. So we're going to bring this army down here to go up. And they are able to reinforce. And it says we're a little bit outnumbered, and we most definitely are. Almost 2 to 1. But you know, our forces are superior, right? That's what I want to think. That's what I believe. And that's what I'm going to count on. At least our experience is definitely higher than the overall experience of this army. So guess what? We're going to do ourselves a tough little battle here. They're going to probably be attempting to enclose for melee big time. So we're going to have our cannon ready with some canister shot to try and help us out. And get set up for trying to maximize fire by rank, and then coming in on the back of those, or front or back or side of those line melee attacks with our cavalry and deal with things that way. So we'll see you down on the battlefield. Okay, looks like we got a bit of a weird hill in front of us, although yeah, we're pretty good actually. We get a little blind spot here as they would advance toward us, but for the most part we're clear and good for shooting canister shots. So I'm wondering if I do want to keep all my cannon as one big target for them to move against with their melee. I think I will take that chance. So let me finish setting up for support units behind the artillery, and we'll come right back and see how it's looking. Alright, so we are set up. We did keep the cannon and artillery in the center. Try to dare them to run in against our canister fire. We'll convert as early as possible to canister fire. We have single line on both sides. I have my Grenadier as backup to the cannon in case we feel like we're starting to get overwhelmed. And then I have obviously our general, but I also have dragoons back here to help with any hot spots on the line. I am keeping our cavalry out to the wings on both sides to, if they do come in against the line melee wise, we can come back in and envelop them. We have kind of a cool setup that gives us forward positions on both wings. I've taken advantage of that. It may draw them straight towards our cavalry, in which case we will then withdraw, but if they come straight to the center trying to take us on this way, we'll get them in this little trap. We'll see what they decide to do. Let's get this thing started. And so far they're pretty far back in the rear. They have their artillery here. Ours is going to be focused down there, and we are already firing away. The building behind I don't think is going to stand up very long. And we've also taken out one of their guns already just in that first barrage. So we're going to keep up the artillery since their units are so far in the rear. We'll just hold on that way. We got camel nomads, so that's going to be the, looks like that may be the early target for our cavalry, is some of their own cavalry. In fact, I'm almost thinking let's withdraw a little bit. Since we don't have any rush for initial, we'll get into square formation on this side since that's where their camel troops are coming in at. And how are we looking on this wing? Their cannon are shooting straight ahead. Not doing much to our own artillery, and we're clear on this side. We'll hold our cavalry on this side for the moment, although we got some camel nomads here, and I don't see a lot of support cavalry-wise. We're going to take on this cavalry on this side as opposed to withdrawing. The cavalry units are coming in. We do have square formation here. Now their cavalry is a tiny bit isolated. Their camels, I'm going to let them get into range here. Looks like they're continuing to advance towards our square formation. I'm going to let them. And they're already withdrawing. So we're going to take them on with our cavalry. In the forest, and we do outnumber them, having both units here being able to go against them. Since we do have the cavalry under control, we're going to go back out of square formation now and get ready for the rest that might be coming up. We handled the camel nomads on this flank. We're going to take the cavalry back, chase them down a little bit so we don't get in hand-to-hand with their ground units over here. And we do have some more horsemen coming in. We're going to switch on this side to canister already because we got units getting close. In fact, we're going to switch everybody to canister. That is how we're going to hold off the melee in the center. Camel nomads have folded. We do have these Zamindari horsemen here. We're going to try and break them off and help out our line, which is actually doing a pretty good job of getting them wavering already. Okay, we're going to break off and bounce back and forth. We're going to go back towards the camels. We got going down here. We took care of that unit and they're coming at us, so it's time to pull back because we do not want to be in a ground battle with melee units while we're just standing still and not getting the benefit of a charge. We still have camel nomads loose out here, a full contingent, full regiment. Looks like we're going to be having to help on the wings anyway, because their melee units are going to come in on the wings is what it looks like. We're going to enfilade back. And the center does not seem to be, the canister fire is definitely doing a job on them right now. In fact, our cavalry got isolated and stuck out here. We need to get them out of the fray. We got into a tussle with Islamic swordsmen, so not a good thing. We lost our support over on this side. So what I'm thinking of doing is getting my dragoons over here as backup. Melee is coming in. We're going to get our grenadiers coming forward. We may be getting some canister fire, friendly fire, but we got to drive them off. They're getting just a little too close for comfort. We are having some issues on the wings all of a sudden. We're just going to take all our cavalry in on the dervishes. Bring our line back forward. I hope we can do a better job there. I'm glad we brought them out here. And I think I'm going to bring the dragoons in right here. To help against the armed populace, they should do well enough. The dragoons are not my best at armed combat, hand-to-hand combat. Oh, no, we're not done yet. The dragoons have helped out. Let's go help our flank over here that's being overwhelmed almost right here. Cavalry is decimated on this wing. Lost track of them, and it got hurt bad and fast. So we're holding tough over here. I'm going to bring these grenadiers down over on this side too to help re-support the flank over here. In fact, I'm going to bring one more unit of grenadiers. Ooh. We got camel gunners just a little too close right now. Okay, we drove off our flank. Our flank is secure right now. We're going to keep our dragoons moving against this unit so they do not... Okay, they're shattered. So we'll keep our dragoons on the wings to help out. In fact, let's re-establish our line a little bit over here. And this flank seems to be secure. And the center has hold with our overwhelming canister fire. And we did drive off, although it looks like we only have 2 units remaining over here. If my eyes, no, we do have all 3 here. We're going to go against the levy units over here. That's the last remaining threat over on this side, and we're pretty much getting close to driving them off now. Don't seem to be close anymore. We're going to return our fire on the guys in the center really that are remaining. I don't know if line of sight is in our favor to make this happen. They could be just over the rise, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. And the dragoons can come forward. In fact, we have other cavalry out here now also. We got musketeers that are entrenched, so we're going to see if we can't come around them a little bit. We got some camel nomads back here yet too. But we got our dragoons to come out. In fact, our cannon fire can now be re-targeted to the dug-in musketeers right now. So they got a lot of units up in the rear that haven't even been addressed yet. And they got some pikemen back here, so we got to be careful with our cavalry a little bit. We're going to kind of park them over here right at the moment. I'm going to try charging in on the musketmen. Looks like we're going to have to advance because cavalry alone is not going to be able to rout these guys out. Maybe the musketeers like we're doing right now. Musketeer that already had taken battle losses already and they're wavering, whereas a charge was able to do the job here. That worked out okay, but against entrenched units like this, not necessarily so much. In fact, let's get our artillery working on this pikemen because I don't want to have any cavalry doing any kind of charge in on them. We do have some unsupported musketeers back here, although it's a full-strength unit. So yeah, we're going to start bringing our lines forward because this is not going to end well if we just rely on our cavalry. We'll bring our grenadiers off to the side. And we'll bring the rest of this line, the battle-worn side of the line, forward also. Where we got hit the hardest over here. They're going to make us work for what we want to get here. The dragoons need to back off. The levies are a little too strong for them right now. Just 500 or 600 men, not something I want to go up against. Starting to waver under the gunfire. We're going to bring our grenadiers down also. So we can't get in place while they're being bombarded. While they're being distracted. I don't know if we'll kind of get set in time. We're going to have some hand-to-hand combat over here. We got grenadiers moving up to support. The pikemen are running. They've broken. About to break here because they're still taking fire, and the grenadiers coming up to support will finish the job. There we go. They're all still broken, so oh, these units have shattered. The pikemen have not shattered, so they could end up reforming still. We're going to make sure our artillery focuses on the retreating pikemen, trying to prevent them from reforming. And what did we just get? We did not move our dragoons back far enough, quick enough. Although we did some damage there, but we're taking damage. We got to play it safe with the dragoons and bring them back and hold them back. Pikemen have reformed as we knew they would. We'll keep the cannon fire on, and if they continue and advance, we're going to take our cavalry in over here against the isolated musketmen here. They should match up well there. I want the pikemen to move farther forward a little bit just so we don't get ourselves subject to too much random friendly fire from the cannons. Pikemen have halted, so it's time for us to move forward and play the aggressor again. Up there on the move again. Well, we're going to advance just a little bit. Should fold soon. With that in mind, the fact that they're going to waver again and fold, we're going to charge on in against this embedded unit and drive them out from that wall. And we quickly broke the spirits of the pikemen again. And they've seen the futile position they were in. Attack before they could reform and get any shots off. And the pikemen now are shattered, so they will not be reforming. I think we need to refocus our artillery so we don't get friendly fire now that they're near our own soldiers. And we have everybody shattered over here. So let's withdraw our cavalry over here, get ready to work on the next entrenched musketmen. And our grenadiers, looks like we've driven them off. So that's the case. Oh, it looks like the final unit of grenadiers just decided to give up and they folded, so let's end the battle. Heroic victory. Alright, so we lost 998. They're over 8,000, so yeah, I do call that heroic. That's amazing that we did so well. And guess what? We have a new territory. We're going to repair. And really all we got left are these little forces down here. I'm going to see if we can't break away. What have we got left? Looks like horsemen. Looks like cavalry. So do I have much left in the way of cavalry that we can send out? Probably not, because we don't know exactly, but we're going to send out the cavalry that we have. In fact, we'll keep that. Only has 10 soldiers left in that cavalry unit. And then we'll bring out one of our grenadiers just so we have a land unit to bolster them. And hopefully that should be enough to take them on. And take them on once and for all. In fact, it looks like we have the vast advantage, so we're just going to auto-resolve this one. And we'll see if they're able to retreat or not. Nope, we took them out. So the region has been captured. We'll just see if we can move back. Can't even quite make it to the port. Don't have to worry about blockading there, so let's join up with the rest of our navy that's repairing over here. So we can then advance on Persia. And we've kind of cleared this area out. We're kind of isolating Mysore again. And now we have remnants up in this direction to deal with. They can preach away. Their time is limited. What we do have is an isolated unit there, which we can easily pick off. And another auto-resolve. And we will join forces here. And we'll see about replenishing. And then we got a lot of scattered units up here that need to be addressed. We are repairing and fixing up here. So in the meantime, what does our public order look like? It looks hideous. We're going to have a revolt big time coming up here soon. So let's see if we can't pick off these isolated forces out here real quick. And we're just going to auto-resolve here. And watch them drop and return to get ready for the looming revolt. In fact, we're going to repair the pleasure gardens because we can afford it. And what are we looking at here? We're waiting for some things to rebuild a little bit. So we're just going to park ourselves right here. We're going to have that revolt, and we're going to have to fight them off with that revolt. So yep, we're gonna hang nearby with all our forces over here. So that's probably about it that we need to deal with in India at the moment. We're gonna take a peek up here. And Kashmir is back here. There we go. Yeah, and there's nothing significant back here up in the mountains. So it looks like our path is clear once we get rid of this revolt to end the Mughal threat. And then we can turn our attention towards Persia, get them off our backs once and for all. We do have to worry about their navy, but once our navy is repaired here next turn, we're going to go up and blockade their own port so we can start dealing with the threat of their navy, and no more can then get moving against us. I'm going to repair this facility right here, the tea plantation. And that's probably all the immediate repairs we need at the moment. So what I'm going to do is take a peek over in the Americas, make sure everything's under control back there. And we do still have the Pueblo nations over here that I think we dissuaded from attacking by moving our force over here down to New Orleans. So that's good. So I think what we're going to do with the last remaining funds we have, we're going to start doing some more upgrades down here. In the Americas, mostly focusing in the island area where we can do some upgrades. And these plantations, okay, we also have a fishery we're going to build here with this new port of ours. And these funds go quick when you're spending 3,000-4,000 at a time. Yeah, we'll keep a dockyard over here. We're down to 1,000, so I think that's probably good for now. So there we go. We've spent our funds. We've finished our turn. We have our new cabinet we don't have to worry about for a while. Trade is all back and good for the most part. And we're back to our good income. Let's just double check, since it's been a day or two since we've played this. So Austria is still at war with us along with the Mughal Empire. I think Austria is about to fold really quick from Russia. I'm surprised they're still standing. Russia is about to take them over, and that is my big fear over on the continent, is that Russia is just going to be have the little bit of the bloodlust, if you want to call it that. And so little by little, with that last little bit of funds that I have, we're going. Oh, okay, I've already recruited over here. So we'll recruit another unit over here. What have we got available? Swiss infantry to get us down to 1 buckaroo. There we go. All right, so I think we're ready for the next turn. We're going to take it right now, and we'll see you on the other side. All right, no surprises, no pop-ups. We got a new missionary, Lower Louisiana. And we have a technological advance, selective breeding. Let's go see. We'll take a look down there when we can. Okay, we've got a rebellion in Hindustan. And there is the army. So it's nothing significant. So I don't know what I was worried about. But if we take them out, we should start slowly getting ourselves back under control here. We've got successful missions from our rakes. And we're going to take care of the rebellion in a moment. We've recruited mostly in Europe because I'm beginning to get nervous about Russia. And we're back to growing our income again. And we have a new port that emerges way over in Savannah, Georgia. I think we're just going to go with growth fishery. And a new town has emerged, this time in India. Let's see, what do we have? We have farmland. We have a school. I think we need a nice little church school for conversion over here. And that's our best bet here. So there we go. Let's take care of this rebellion first and get that done with. We should be able to move out and move back to keep the public order under control. Wow. Do they have cannon or what? That's got to be a weird battle. But really, it's just a matter of charging the cannon, because what have they got to guard it with? Pitchforks and pikemen. So we're just going to auto-resolve this highly lopsided battle.
Ons krijg je niet onder. Marcheren.
And the revolt is over. Can we make it back, I hope? Yes, barely. So we can get, hopefully, that public order back under control now. And by defeating that army and having them there, it's really, really close. So what I will do is exempt them from taxes for this turn, just to get it under control so we don't have to worry about any more revolts. In the meantime, let's see about upgrading the governor's residence and getting that under control. And we'll upgrade the barracks, so if we need to, we can recruit here. And why not? We have the money to spare. Alright, we're going to take our refreshed fleet that is back to full strength, and we're going to send up and make a little statement here against Persia. Except Persia is a little farther up. And this is the Persian port. Whoop, 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 whoop. I have a land unit selected. What is going on? This is the unit that was in the port to protect it from being raided. So we're going to send it right back here. And we will pick the Navy this time. I picked the Navy tab, but I didn't highlight any ships in there. Therefore, the land unit is the one that moved. There's the port. I went right by it.
Aye, aye.
All right, and that's got to shut them down. Do they have any other ports anywhere? Yeah, this is our only open sea port that I'm aware of. So that should effectively cut them off trade-wise, and I think it's their only port. So we now have effectively choked off any trading income that they had. And I have no idea what kind of land forces they may have. Now that I know we're not dealing much with the Mughal Empire, I think we're going to send our rake up there. Just to start taking a peek at what their land forces look like.
Mijn ogen zijn de uwe. Discretie verzekerd.
Oh, little Mughal Empire guarding the... standing on the bridge so I can't cross the bridge. How ridiculous is that? I'm a rake. I should be able to sneak across.
Een onmogelijke opdracht. Sluipen is mijn
So let's see. We do have another way to cross down here, so we'll head in that direction.
discretie verzekerd.
And these are Persian imams. So that's all they've sent over into our territories so far. Let's see, where is their nearest? Kabul in Afghanistan. Nothing's really that close as far as talking about these territories. Baluchistan. I guess if we just go overland route, that's where we're going to get to next. I think we're in good shape here. If we move out, let's find out. Yeah, it looks like we can probably move our army out. Barely, but we're going to do it. We're going to upgrade while we're here to help it out with stability, and we're going to get this army on the move up towards who knows where. Where's the best way? Probably going along the coast and then cutting inland towards the city over here. It's the best route. There's no probably direct route. We're going to have to be weaving in and around the mountains. And there we go. Let's see. What do we want to do around here? To combat the imams that are over here, we're going to get a church school going. We're going to probably do the same thing over here with a church school. And as a matter of fact, is there anything else we can get going? We'll do a coaching in over here to try and help with public order. We're going to upgrade the building here to help with public order. Really just stay focused on public order at the moment. And over here we also are going to do a church school. And let's take a look at our research and technology and see where we're at. So what we did, okay, looks like interchangeable parts is what we switched over to. So we're progressing nicely here. We got everything covered here. And we're pretty well covered here. In fact, we almost have too many schools, if that's possible. Okay, it looks like the Pueblo have decided to back off now that we are protecting ourselves over here. We'll have to see if they get interested in and along the borders of Mexico. If they decide that we are a little weak over there, so we'll see. We'll see. We do have a couple. We have a unit over here. We might as well consolidate and get them moving north. There's room in this army to accommodate them. And what we're going to do is we're just going to build up. We got room for one more bit of recruitment over here. What are we lacking? Is cavalry okay? Yeah, we got a fair balance of cavalry, artillery, so we'll just see about one more line infantry unit. And that should take care of that for the moment. We'll recruit a little bit more if we can in France. And what are we looking at so far as the army makeup? All line infantry. So let's see about recruiting a little cavalry now. Over in Venice, we don't have a lot going on. We'll see about recruiting a little bit over here, maybe. We have one bit of cavalry. We're going to have to, we have some cavalry. So we'll look at maybe bolstering cavalry and artillery next time over here. And that kind of gives us 4 armies overall on the continent. Not quite all full stack, but decent quantity armies. So we have some flexibility now, and I'm starting to feel a little better. So if Russia does make some big advances against us, we're not starting from square zero. So we're going to go back to the Americas with the funds we have remaining, a little over 15,000, and just do some upgrades on our remaining islands over here. All right, we're going to pick this time on the Leeward Islands. We haven't been here in a while. This is back from the pirate days at the beginning of the playthrough. And it looks like 1,700 is all we got left. That's we're going to call it a day unless I see a farm off the top of my head that's real cheap on the upgrade, like right here. Okay. In fact, we get another cheap upgrade with church school. Let's do it. Now we've spent our funds. We're going to go ahead and do the next turn. Everything should be in order. So we'll see you on the other side. Okay, we're getting close to being able to be successful here. Looks like Austria has no choice but to try and break out on us here against our navy. We vastly overwhelm them. All they've got to bring against us is a light galley, a sloop, and a fifth rate. And they are well overmatched. We're just going to auto-resolve on this one.
De zee is van ons!
We have a sloop, which I'm not going to pick up. We're just going to leave it for the prize money, 477. All right, we've had some successful agent missions. As usual lately, we got some traits gained like crazy. Zeal when converting in India, less zeal when converting in Americas. Commanding of our frigates, he's gained steadfast. Cool under fire. And presentation sword, +1 morale. So he picked up a lot of promotions just from that auto-resolved battle against the Austrians. And we got a lot of recruitments on the continent completed. And we got a bunch of new towns. We continue to grow. This one down in Central America, it looks like, yeah, Guatemala. And let's just see what the religious difference is. So Catholicism, yeah, it's time we get a church school down here to help with that conversion. And the infrastructure buildings are hitting big time. The roads are improving rapidly. We're going to take a look over back in India. That's where we're going to start. We need to get replenished on this army after our battles. And let's see if we remembered to replenish this one too. And we did not. Oh, but we were mostly on our way to being replenished here. We're going to go and repair this while we're here because there's nobody going to be in the path to burn it down again, at least no time soon. What are we looking at as far as public order here now? As long as our units are there, we're in good shape. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this almost replenished army, make that the one that we advance with towards Punjab and then Kashmir until we're able to start releasing units here as the public order gets back under control.
Nog meer orders!
And we're going to keep ourselves moving towards our goal up here on going inland.
Voorwaarts! Marcheren!
And make a little statement with Persia.
Ja?
And we have an isolated army out here. We're going to kind of head them up north to kind of reunite with this group up this way.
Voorwaarts! Marcheren!
And let's see if we can get our rake moving. Since he's covering the bridge still, we'll cross the river at this point and then head up to Kabul to check that out. And as far as we're looking down here, let's see if we're replenishing in this army. Not yet. And we are rebuilding all around here, so I think it's just a matter of waiting till the public order gets in control before we can start massively moving our armies. But at least we have some armies on the move towards Punjab to keep this thing going. Okay, and up here we have this stray unit that we're going to get joined up with everybody else over here on the Americas. And then get down to the islands and continue our spending spree of upgrading and building up our economy with the funds we have left over, a little over 21,000. And we'll start off down with French Guiana, see if there's things we can do to upgrade. Yes, there are. Not too many cheap upgrades on the I think there may be some upgrades up to the north in North America. Well, here's a farm, kind of working the way through the islands, down around South America, the north part of South America, and now we're heading back up Central America, and we're down to only 376. So I think we've spent what we're going to be able to spend this time. And we are a full stack here, well, including the garrison. We're a full stack in our home port. And I think that is it for now over here. I think we've probably done everything we can, at least as far as time will allow for this particular episode. So what we're going to do is have you join us back as we potentially end the Mughal threat next time. We'll see and address Persia, perhaps take a territory, sue for some peace, so we can focus back on winning our game conditions that we need to end this successfully, this playthrough. So that would include Mysore, that will include some British-held territories in India and the Americas also. Those are the most significant ones remaining. In fact, we can check here for sure. Yeah, we have Mysore here. I could have sworn Bengal was a required port over here, or territory over here, but I guess I was confusing it with Hindustan. So technically, Mysore and then New York is all we have left for the official victory conditions. So we're pretty dang close now. We are pretty dang close. I just had it in my mind to wipe out the Mughal Empire before we moved on Mysore, just to free up any units we have and go from there. So this is ZigZagZog signing off from somewhere in the world. I hope you've enjoyed the playthrough. We've made some amazing progress from day one, and we're getting near the end. So we'll see if we can't wrap this up in the near future on a positive note. So let me know if you have any other ideas on this playthrough or any upcoming playthroughs that we may be looking to address. And looking forward to hearing from you guys, and thanks for watching this time, and hope to see you again. Thanks so much.